Hello girls, it's Wednesday, and it's the last Wednesday before spring break. First, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of news that's happened to me since last week. First, I would just like to tell everyone that I have a really good roommate situation, and I'm really happy about that. Steph and I have been doing little things for each other and have had lots of good conversations. It's actually been kind of hard for me to go to bed at night because we keep having these great personal dialogues. So just wanted to tell everybody that. I think it actually started when I was sick, so I'm starting to be very thankful that I got sick. It seemed to improve my relationships with a lot of people. Particularly my mother as well, actually, because we got to talk a lot while I was sick. Let's see. Another piece of news. Oh, today I went on a run. And that's a big deal for me because I have a foot problem, which means that I pretty much never go on runs. And I can kind of understand now why people think that running is so exhilarating, because it is when you're outside in the sunshine listening to music that's inspiring and your feet are padding along the ground in rhythm, and it's kind of a poetic experience, except for when your foot starts hurting. But other than that, I actually felt like I could run for a while, so that was pretty cool. Third thing was that today I listened to the Bible in Spanish. After Spanish class, I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of extra learning Spanish exercises for myself, and since I had Bible class next, I thought I would just combine the two. So I listened to John 3 times in Spanish and translated it for myself on another website. That was really cool. I actually did take notes today, so I have a little bit of an idea what I'm going to be talking about, which one I would just like to respond to everybody. First, Laura, yours was really, really funny. I mean, I think you know that because I was sitting right next to you and I was practically crying because I was laughing so hard, but yeah, it was hilarious. Let's see, Sarah, what does this say? Oh, 2 things that I would like to say about yours is, one, I thought the journal with the monkey was really funny, and I also loved Cops and Robbers when I was a child, so there's a little bit of similarity there. Miranda, awesome song. I think everybody has pretty much affirmed you about this, but I guess I just will again too. That was from last week, but I really liked it, and you kind of inspired me. I'm thinking about making myself a Twi-Rock song. I actually cracked up really hard in Bible class when I told Laura that, and the teacher asked me if he could start class because he was waiting for me to get off the ground because I was squatting in front of a desk, falling on it, laughing. It was great. And also, the book I was really excited about, the one that you showed last week, about Water for Elephants, because I read that this summer and I loved it. In fact, I really like the name August now because of that book. I don't know, I think it's just a really unique story with cool characters. And I actually saw that book in a bookstore when I had my weekly Thursday visit with my friend Sarah Hacker. She saw that I really liked it, and she got it for me for a graduation present. So it kind of has specialness to me that way too. But I really like that book. And Frances, I have to confess I haven't seen the last one you did so far. But I am supposed to be doing an accent, so I'm very sorry about that. I almost forgot. So from now on, I will be speaking in this rather bastardized British accent. When my English teacher first said that word, I was a little bit horrified, but now I quite like it, now that I realize that it's not actually a bad word. Right. So, Miranda, I'm going to follow in your footsteps and show you the book that I am reading right now. You may recognize it. Pride and Prejudice. The great thing about this book is that I'm reading it for a class, but actually 2 classes for my Brit Lit class, Brit Lit, and also for my Western Civ class. I'm sort of doubling up a little bit. I don't consider that cheating because I don't really have time to read 3 books over break, so I'm only going to be reading 2. But I happen to be about 3/4 the way through this one, and I have to say, it is a lot better than the movie. Rather, it gives a lot more insight into the movie. I watched the Keira Knightley version several times, and I was always quite bored while I was watching it. But as I've read this book, I have been delighted, I have laughed very hard, and genuinely, I believe this could be a new favorite of mine. I understand why people like Jane Austen so much. It's great how Jane Austen makes you like some of her characters so much, like Elizabeth. I just can't help but love Elizabeth and want to be like her. And it's so interesting how Mr. Collins is such a ridiculously absurd character. You just hate him. I love that about this book. He just makes you want to puke when you read it. I think that everyone should read Pride and Prejudice when they get to a certain age of maturity, because it is quite a lovely piece. Second, I would like to tell everybody about my new song that I'm working on, the piano. It's called Voiles? Voiles? I don't really know. It's French, and I only took French for 1 year, so I don't really know how to pronounce it anymore, but it's by Claude Debussy, who is one of my absolute favorite composers. I played Claire de Lune 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago, for a piano recital, and it was gorgeous. So, voiles is really supposed to mean sails, and it's quite an ethereal piece. I like it a lot, and I really wish I had more time to practice. I'm so excited to go home. I can't wait to see my family, and David, and I hope Addie, who's my best friend. I haven't talked to her in a very long time, it seems like. And the really bad thing is I have a lot of things that I actually want to do over break. All those little things that I can't actually do during school because I'm trying to get my required assignments done. So I don't really know how I'm going to get everything done, but I'm really excited. This week has gone so fast, and only 2 more days. Well, you ladies have a lovely week, and I will look forward to seeing Sarah on Friday.